To kind of set the scene for you, we're expecting this thing to, charge through the Caribbean Sea, possibly then move into the Gulf of America.
Medium chance to develop in the coming days. Odds are 40% in the next 2 days, as well as the next 7 days.
Welcome back to the Carry Handle Podcast. My name is Bryce, and with me, as always, is Kevin, who is digesting I think he's digesting the firearm blog. I'm not sure. But before we say hello to Kevin as he's reading, wait. Is he going to say something? Kevin? Do you want to say hi? Oh, fucker. All right. You're making me... I swear, Kevin's with me today. I swear. You can't prove he's not here. All right, friends of the channel. He'll be here next time. I promise. I promise!
We want to take this time to thank friends of the channel who provided us 10% discount codes for our listeners. That's you, and we don't get kickbacks. First is Hammy 3D Prints. Thousands of products for firearm storage and other fun stuff, too. Code CARRYHANDLE10. Eastern Shore Sling Company. Handmade rifle slings and custom sewing. Dog leashes, too. Code CARRYHANDLE. 19 Charlie Tactical. Gunsmithing, Kydex holsters, thousands of drop-ship gun parts, accessories, tools, firearms. Code TheCarryHandle10. And lastly, I want to thank myself for all the scheduling and all the shenanigans I deal with daily. Thank you, Hannah.
Yes, thank you, Hannah. Also, hello, Kevin. How are you?
I'm sorry, the person you're trying to reach is no longer available. Please hang up and try your call again.
Yes, it's hilarious. So we were going to talk about the newly announced, as of recording, 5/5/5/2026 is the Wilson Combat
Cinco de Mayo
pistol. Yeah, sure. So, which is, if you haven't seen it and you're listening to this in, I don't know, you've probably seen this by the time this comes out.
They
on
may
Friday.
not have, though. They may not have, though.
You may not have. It's
Where
called
can
the
they
Wilson
find it?
Combat Bulwark. It's from Wilson Combat. It's a modular.
You can do it.
It's a modular handgun. It's an internally
There
fired
it is.
modular handgun
There it
that
is.
uses the which uses the Walther. Fuck, I don't think they're PDP mags, but I think it's the PPQ mags. But whatever their EDC double stack guns, because they, for whatever reason, refuse 2011 mags. Which, I mean, I think their biggest argument was they weren't designed. Like, there's some stuff there, which I get. I respect it. But I do happen to know that they acquired Guncrafter Industries, who I'm pretty sure uses 2011 mags. So it'll be interesting to see if they use that as an opportunity to explore that avenue, since everybody and their brother wants a 2011. Now, back to the Bulwark. What do you think? You saw this as of like 2 minutes ago. What are you thinking? What thoughts are popping up?
It seems like a super overpriced mashup.
Yeah, it is
mashup between a Glock 19 and a 1911.
MSRP is $18.99.
I mean, it's kind of how I
not
feel
cheap.
about it. It looks like they took the 1911 idea and the Glock 19 idea, and they're mashing them together and just saying, "Here you go." And then they're putting.
It looks like a Chat GPT. It literally looks like a 1911 and a 320 was like put in a Chat GPT mixer. And what's crazy, if you pull up a picture of an XDM locked open and put it next to the picture of this locked open, and it looks identical.
Yeah.
Which irritates the ever. Wilson Combat will do everything but release a 2011. It is kind of funny.
I mean, yeah, you know what's sad? Oh, it's a tilting barrel too. Of course it is.
Yeah, most semi-automatic handguns are. Of course, is that a negative?
Is the Beretta a joke to you, sir?
Yes, it's a novel locking system that most handguns don't use.
Nah. No,
It's really cool, but nobody fucking uses it.
I don't know. It seems like a really overpriced. Like for the market that
Yeah,
it's trying to compete in,
I didn't
it seems
notice the.
super. Like, what am I getting other than the name of a Wilson Combat? I'm air quoting for anyone that can't see that for emphasis and sarcasm. What am I getting other than like what does this
Well,
give me?
it is a modular handgun, so it has a chassis system.
Okay.
So
The RXM has a chassis
can-
system and it's a quarter of the
that is-
price.
you are correct. It's not this gun, Kevin. The modular system isn't to be modular and outside of its own ecosystem. So you looking at this chicken and complaining it's not a turkey is not helping me. I think
I'm not trying to help you. I'm
there isn't-
complaining about.
I don't know where
gun.
the I don't know where the breakdown is, but that it's not germane to the conversation at hand. Like they're not competing in the same markets, like at all. They're not interchangeable. This is going after people that buy a platypus, or this is going after like the staccato P4 people ish. I mean, it's supposed to be like, I don't get this gun. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I understand where it's supposed to be. It looks like, it really does just look like a 1911 320. Like it even has their it looks bad. It looks so bad. So they don't have the breakdown. I think they have the breakdown on Wilson Combats. I got to figure out what parts are interchangeable here in terms of like,
I mean,
all right, I'm on their website. Let me see.
I don't know. This just seems like, I don't know.
Well, so they also had the EDC line, which is another. Have you seen that gun or played with those at all?
The Wilson EDCs? No.
Yeah. Okay, so look up the EDC X9. That's Wilson Combat's 2011 Cope, where it's like, well, it's a double stack 1911 pattern gun, but it doesn't use 2011 mags. So that's one of their most, I don't know. That's what this was supposed to be. It was supposed to supplant 2011s with a purpose-built 9mm magazine. God bless you. But I think the bolted on or screwed on outboard thumb safety bums me out. So it makes it look kind of cheap. But this was their last kind of foray into making their own gun.
The EDC X9 it has, okay, I can get behind this. Like that, I can kind of get I can kind of get behind it because it's trying to mimic, but it's not entirely trying to, like I can get behind the style.
Well, it's a 2011. They're just trying to make their own version of a double stack 1911.
Yeah.
Like a modernized in their own vacuum.
But it looks the part, This one looks like a Turkish made. Like it's just, I don't know.
It does kind of look
not
Turkish.
often. Not often do I not like guns.
I'm surprised. I actually thought you would like this. That's why I didn't want to say anything to make you think it wasn't good.
I would like
and
it. I would like it
like
for 1,200, maybe 1,300.
I mean, this will probably. I think these will probably hit the streets if you can ever find them, because Wilson Combat doesn't have traditionally hasn't had great availability. Also, I just realized this is a 15-round handgun. What?
Yeah. Well,
that's irritating.
What mags are they using?
PPQ.
Yeah. I mean, that's
the
another
proportions
thing,
of the guns. The gun is kind of weird.
What's the Glock 19 size?
Well, it's so the outward appearance. If you look at their professional. Look up Wilson Combat Professional. I forgot what the hell it's called. Wilson, just look up the professional line. Wilson Combat. Yeah. Professional. Professional. I don't remember what. So it's called the professional, which is the size, and I got to remember what the fuck the actual gun. So they have a bunch of different trims. So it's really hard to peg down. Wilson Combat Professional. Wait, hold on. I know John Johnston did something with it. Radio, ballistic radio. All right, here we go. It is the Wilson Combat Bibidabot Professional. This is riveting. This is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Protector Professional. There we go.
Wait, Protector Professional?
Yes, I apologize. The Professional is like, for Wilson Combat, the Professional is a 4-inch gun. So it's kind of like Springfield calling things operators.
Oh.
Irresponsibly. Yeah, look up the Protector Professional. Look at the slide profile, the high power cuts, and the serrations, and then look at the name is so bad too. The Bulwark. It looks like somebody squinted their eyes and looked at the combat or the Protector Professional, and they were like, okay, now make me that. Except double stack.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, okay. See, the Protector, I mean, the name's kind of goofy, but this seems pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they also have like
it's
a
just,
dedicated.
I know, it's just, I mean, okay, you said it's going after people that have staccatos and platypuses. I say they can have it. If it makes it in the competition,
I'm not.
cool.
No, my argument was against comparing that, like saying that that's even anywhere near what we're talking about when we're talking about an RXM. Like that's not.
No, I wasn't saying the quality of the RX. I was
we're talking
I was merely
two different
trying
things.
to say that there are other guns that are quote modular.
Yeah, it's a class of handgun. I understand that. I think most people understand that. Much like 320s are. It's not. It is a class of handgun. So I want to make sure we're framing it appropriately in terms of what we're talking about and how we're contextualizing stuff. So I don't want to then compare it to literally every other version of that gun. But I mean, it's more that I'm giving it a subdivision of a classification. I think kind of like I like country music, but more specifically, I like honky tonk. You know, like you start like distilling down.
I feel like if they deleted the grip safety, I don't see why that's.
Well, because it doesn't have they don't want a manual safety because people don't like manual. This is complete conjecture, but I would almost be willing to bet money on the fact that they're like just trying to copy kind of like what the Easy does, the Shield and those other guns where it's like they're internally hammer fired, but they don't want safeties because people don't like safeties. Right. They can't figure out fucking thumb safeties. So they're like, okay, well, we need to make it drop safe because it's a single action handgun. So what do we do? All right, well, grip safety. I think that's a great option. I like how much it protrudes. I'm not a big. I know this is ridiculous, but I don't like safeties on guns unless they're on an M&P or a 1911.
Wait, what? You don't like safeties on guns?
No, they're usually designed very bad, very poorly. Even the newer generation M&Ps are bad. So yeah, I mean, I think unless they're going to be very good, kind of like your gripe or Ian's gripe the other night with the LCP having that really kind of flimsy thumb safety. It'd be one thing if it was a well-designed like traditional safety, but
I'd have to
it
put
isn't.
my hands. I'd have to put my hands on one of these to feel that the grips, because that's usually like,
I don't think it would
they always
really.
they always
I'll
try to
bet you
cut
it's-
costs somewhere.
I'll bet
right?
you it's pretty light in terms of depressing the grip, the actual safety. I can't imagine
Well,
it's very heavy.
Yeah, and they always cut costs somewhere when they mass produce a gun. So it'd be interesting to see like where the cuts were made. It's typically like grip safety is usually one of those like kind of
So
like
from-
afterthoughts.
I thought I saw. Let me see. Hold on. Bulwark.
I mean, the trigger seems interesting.
Oh, I found the breakdown. Ha ha ha. I knew there
Good.
was a breakdown somewhere. So it has like a locking block and here, hold on. Open image. Copy. Image address. I'm going to send this to you. People. Where they're listening to how the sausage is made.
Yeah, I see.
It's very exciting.
I'm looking at it.
But did you find the exploded view? Why isn't it letting me use
on the Wilson Combat website?
What did you actually? Okay, I couldn't. I had to Google it.
Yeah, I googled it.
Yeah.
too,
So
that's
I
what-
mean okay. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. The hammer and everything is kind of integral to
Uh-huh.
this fire control unit. What's interesting is it looks like they have sand cuts in the actual rails. It's interesting. The other thing is interesting is the slide actually rides directly on the module. That's actually, with the exception of a small section on the actual grip, the slide rides on the module, which is very interesting. I wonder how that works. And it still has so it's this uber modern design, but it still has a recoil spring. Like the recoil spring isn't one piece. It's multiple pieces, so it still has
Yeah.
a bushing or a guide rod plug, which is you're redesigning the gun. Why not?
Oh, I
don't
see. Because that
understand.
hook probably hooks into the bottom of the into the bottom of the barrel there.
It frustrates me. Well, yeah, that's the locking block.
Yeah.
That is an integral. So the recoil system is the locking. It is interesting mechanically. It's very interesting. I'd almost want to buy one of these just because they're interesting, but I'm not going to.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna.
What do you mean? We have the budget.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We have deep coffers.
Actually, I won't lie to you. I am looking up Wilson Combat protectors, though. I've always wanted one.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just seems really interesting that they're making this. It almost feels like too late. Too late, so sad.
Yeah, but like, who the fuck is it? It's a 15-round full-size handgun. I mean, I don't know what this is for.
It's for exactly the people you said. Like they're probably market to law enforcement, competition shooters.
I guess
And-
I feel like
and
this
people are
after
gonna-
everybody.
People are going to start saying that they can put them in Glock 19 holsters, and that's a really good selling point for them. But it doesn't take Glock 19 mags. Really?
Does it?
No.
Does it? No. Does it fit in 19 holsters?
According to the article I read on the TFB blog, he said the writer said he put it in a couple of Glock 19 holsters and it did fit. So
Kind of cool.
it'd be cooler
I
if it
don't
took
get it.
Glock 19 mags, but
Is there a bunch of people that don't like striker fired guns that want internally like this feels very turn of the century. A lot of because I mean there was like the 1903s and
I mean internally hammered guns are they're
HSCs.
pretty cool. I mean they're not cool they're cool, but they've been done. Security 9 is a hammer fired.
it's not
like-
single action though.
Mm.
It's like a double-ish sort of thing.
FN reflex hammer fire.
And that new thing that I can't remember the name of.
309.
Thank you.
Why did you send me a link to image coming soon?
Oh, I had it exploded, and that's what I copied the URL. That's weird.
It blocked it. So image coming soon.
Yeah, I was very upset at you. I don't. I've lost my plot here. What was I going to say?
I don't know. I'm so
what
flabbergasted.
I guess maybe that's I did forget about that. There does seem to be a large crop of internally fired, almost full size semi-automatics lately, which I mean, I know there's a section of the market that likes that, or it's sold as an easy rack feature. So
yeah, apparently
maybe
according to the article,
operators.
This has a 3.25 pound trigger, so that's pretty light.
I mean, it's light. So I mean, yeah, it better be. It's a single action only. It is single action only, right? Yeah, it's got to be. So, I mean, I don't know, man. So this is so maybe, yeah, I guess they're just trying to round out their market. I mean, I didn't even get a fucking press release on this, to be honest with you.
Maybe a race skin, like a competition race skin.
On the website, they say compatible with mini Glock 19 holsters.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so it has been engineered for both deep concealed carry and extreme duty use. Okay.
Well, I think we're going to get a lot of police training guns soon, so hopefully that'll be cool.
I mean, I guess the duty use is why they have, like, sand cuts in the rails that are hilariously big.
Maybe they're trying to compete with Staccato, because doesn't Staccato give a lot of guns to law enforcement across the country? Like a lot of departments.
Yeah, but I mean, hold on. Let me look at I don't know how much they're giving. I know that they heavily discount.
I mean like they're marketing to them.
Yes. Yeah, they are. What is a gun dot deals? Because if you that's how you should shop this day and age.
On the internet,
Staccato.
Typing one letter at a time.
I am a slow typer. Remarkably slow typer. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. So the P4 is over $2,400. About $2,500 to $2,600. I don't know what market... I don't know what's competing with this gun. It kind of feels like maybe it's in the middle of its own little space. Because, I mean, the 50... What the fuck is it? The 503?
The 503?
What's the hammer-fired thing?
FN Reflex?
No, the other one.
309?
The 309, maybe? Jeez, I can't even remember this. This is like trying to remember Lexus model numbers. It's the RX 350... Whatever the fuck.
Do you remember?
Oh God, the 309. This makes me so mad. I hate this gun. This gun pisses me off. Oh, I hate it. Oh, you know what? This is this market right here. This is what this is for. I don't know why there's so many of these, because these same people, like FN was saying, oh, it's easier to rack. And it's like, I don't know why. I mean, other than just padding your product catalog. I mean, I'm not really sure what this is for. I feel like we had this epiphany before, and then I forget why this gun exists every time. It's like, it's for the newer shooters, and it's like, yeah, but at that cost or at that price,
I mean, the market
that
they might be going after might be the people that own 1911s currently, and they want to own something that's just as quality as a 1911, and they trust Wilson
Yeah.
Combat to deliver that quality.
Right.
And then they're gonna go.
So you think this is more of a sealed? This is like they're cannibalizing their own clientele in terms of like
Maybe
they're just selling to their own people.
Maybe. Like, you had our Wilson Combat 1911s and they've worked for years. Try our brand new pistol. Get one the modern age. 15 shots, grip safety like you remember, and the tolerance is tighter than a virgin's nun. Bun. Sorry, I gaffed that at the last
You're
minute.
good. I liked the flow, so I wasn't gonna say anything.
But you can see it, right? Like, if I'm a Wilson Combat owner, because we've talked before about magazines for 1911s, and we don't like once you get into a magazine, like, you want to stay there. Like, you've talked about that, right? So the same ideology can be used for firearms. If you're a Glock person, you're probably going to buy Glock. If you're FN, you're probably going to buy FN. If you're
like
Wilson
Chevy
Combat,
guys.
well, yeah, Toyota guys, Honda pilots. What was
Sure.
that face? What? Wow.
Not
Honda
a single blessed soul has
Honda
ever
can
said,
make a truck.
bro, if there isn't a country song about it, you don't get to talk about it.
What do you mean?
Like in terms
if
of
there's a country song about
vehicles,
it?
if it's not referenced in at least like 2 or 3 country songs, you don't get to like, yeah, I drive a rootinous tootinous Honda, but whatever the hell pilot.
I think that's
something upsetting. That's the what?
Yeah, I don't know. Speaking about upsetting, you know what's upsetting is the video that we both watched together today. Well, not together, but independently of one another. About the most recent
B&T.
About the most recent B&T, yeah. And I agree with you about how straightforward it seemed on the surface.
I liked that. I liked that was a very well done video that James did. It was.
Yeah,
I really appreciated that. Yeah, I really appreciated. It was just it wasn't very like clickbaity. It was like literally, this is what's going on. This is why this is as much as I can tell you, and this is what you need to know as a consumer. Which, yeah, that's very efficient.
Maybe we should give context for anyone that hasn't had a chance to watch this said video.
B&T B&T Swiss and B&T US are no longer happy and in talking terms. They're actually both suing each other for their
trademark,
the trademark, intellectual property, and they have severed ties. So the US or the US B&T has never been an actual entity of Swiss AG
they were just
B&T.
importers, right?
They were effectively just importers. The way he laid it out, just kind of like as a real quick aside, they needed somebody in the States to have 51% of a company, or that's how they were sold this sale or this partnership to get the contract for the Army submachine guns, for the submachine guns for the Army. That may be of dubious, I guess, provenance, but either way, that was the only reason that we needed a Swiss or a U.S. made or a U.S. based B&T. Coincidentally, out of Tampa, or they were. I don't think they are now, but they were. So that's always fun. It was really funny. I'd always see job ads for B&T pop up.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically, from my understanding, it's like you said, it was a way for them to get in to be able to sell guns to the military, to the U.S. military.
Yes, and then from there, it just turned into a import, and I'll sell under your name.
Yeah, and then suppressors
I can put them together.
Suppressors were taken off pretty good.
Yeah. Well, and then so some of it was like with the APC 5.56s and the APC 308 or the 308s or 76 or whatever the naming scheme is. Basically, they would import from what I understood, Swiss parts kits effectively, and then they would assemble with U.S. receivers and U.S. parts.
Get around 922.
Yeah, which is interesting and kind of makes a lot more sense because originally when those were coming into the country, they were only as pistols because when you import a pistol, it's not held to the same standards as like a rifle is, so it doesn't get hit with like having a removable muzzle or needing to be. That's like AKs. If you've ever noticed when they're imported, they look like retarded. They're very Clinton ban era California special kind of thing. So that's how you effectively need to import semi-automatic rifles that check X amount of boxes. Pistols have their own set of requirements, but usually it's to prevent them from being too small. So that's why, like, if you see there's a Texas company that's importing like the SIG 550 series, and those all come in as handguns because I mean they're 13-inch handguns, but they're handguns because those aren't subject to 922R. They're not subject to like as many things like X amount of parts need to be US.
Right.
So so they used to be imported that way, and those were all complete guns. But as of I don't remember what he said, 2019 or something.
Yeah, he said like 2025 or something. It's starting to go downhill.
Yeah, 25 is when it started to go down. Whenever the contract for the submachine guns happened, that's when it a little bit before then kicked off. But either way, it was nice because I know there's a bunch of people. And it's definitely been discussed where it's like, well, we have orders or we've ordered or we have this gun and now who's like, we're left holding the bag kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was nothing definitive.
Yeah, he gave some advice like, hey, we'll still service it. And we'll still give you parts. Like, we're not going to turn our backs on you. But it seemed like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, it seemed like B&T USA was like writing a lot of checks that are asking cash and collected a lot of money and then not delivering.
It's definitely following the B&T name because the other B is it Brugger? I think one of the guys was sort of a fast and loose DeLorean type, so it kind of follows. But that's not I'm not making light of it. I think it's awesome.
I mean, yeah, even in the interview, the guy was saying like B&T USA was like selling like MP5s or something.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't even have this in our warehouse. Like what?
No, he was taking orders for the B&T made telescoping stock for the MP5s.
Okay, that's right.
It was the stock. Yeah. So if you remember, like if you watch like 9-hole reviews, you know that MP5K that Henry has that flat butt stock, like it's literally a plate. I think that's a B&T stock. Pretty sure that's a B&T stock.
So they were taking orders for that, but they were.
But then not informing the Swiss. Like he was like, I never knew there were orders. Nobody told me. I have no records of you ordering this. And then I think, so I liked how James structured that. It was nice because it's like, you got to tell us something, you know?
Well, it seemed like they also like got to dig into the books briefly of the USA.
Yeah, he was very open. He's like, hey,
and they were like,
this is...
And they were like, whoa. They were like, whoa, this is a lot worse than we thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I do... So. It was kind of heartbreaking when he's like, I blame myself for letting the debt get this bad. And it's like, geez. It's oh, no. That sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah, I mean... Hopefully they can win the trademark right, and it won't be B&T USA. It'll be some other amalgamation of a name.
There's a like fact or what was it? Reality's stranger than fiction a lot of the time. So I hope it's like as clear cut as it seems that they violated terms heinously and they will lose the right. But again. Sometimes that just doesn't happen. So we'll see.
Well, did they file the suit in Florida?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because if so, we might be able, not now on air, but we might be able to start doing our own investigatory dives because Florida's quite transparent with stuff. Thank God we live in a free state.
That is a good point. I don't think they're here anymore, though. I don't know.
Doesn't matter
That'll
where
be
they
that'll
are.
be
It just matters where they filed the suit at.
well. But can't you only file it as a don't you have to file it where the business is?
I'm not a lawyer. I just know if it's in Florida, we'd be able to have more access to look at it than if it's in other states. And my gut's telling me they probably did file it in Florida because as of recently, they were in Florida.
Yeah, I think they moved to Utah or something.
Well, maybe they did that to try and avoid some weird, I don't know.
Do you remember when I was like about to buy a single action only Beretta?
You don't like single action guns.
That is not true. What?
What are you talking about? You like double action only guns.
No, I don't like DASA guns.
Right.
Single action only, like a 1911, that thing that I carry most of the time, is a thing that I enjoy. I think you confused DASA with what I said.
Oh, you don't like double action, single action?
Not really, no.
You want it to be one or the other?
I mean, I understand why people like it, but that's why if I want something like that, then I'll just carry a P30 or an LEM, because I think the LEM trigger... Actually, I'd have to say, I think the LEM trigger is my favorite trigger. Damn, maybe I need to buy an HK45.
Yeah, oh, jeez.
Anna, I'm sorry. This is not my fault. We went from
talking about the B&T fiasco to single action Berettas. Now we're talking about HKs.
No, we're not. We can still talk about. I mean, what else is there to say about the B&T? Like, I mean, I genuinely hope that there is an avenue where they can come back and maybe bring in the guns for hopefully the similar rate, because Lord knows things aren't getting less expensive.
Yeah, I think the only way for him to do this is actually stand up a facility here.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, stand a facility up and then have people over here to work on stuff.
I mean, God, it'd be a pretty big fucking operation. So I forgot about this. They have optic. Oh my. Huh. So LTT, our boys over there, have an HK45 LEM package. What? Come on, man.
Remember that Aliens movie?
Yeah. Why?
I'll show you why.
Okay.
And I will send it to the chat here. Here we are. I'm copying and pasting.
Open chat. I am opening chat.
He's opening
Manticore
the chat.
Arms. Ugh. Yeah, I've seen
it. What do you mean, ugh? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've heard that a bunch. And I don't know why people think that's cool. And I'm not saying it's not. I don't get it.
It's a pulse rifle from the Aliens, man. Or as close as you can get to one.
But the thing, the Thompson is that you can buy those. Like, why would you want it on an AR? That doesn't make any sense. And then on top of that, the whole point of the front end is that it is a functioning component, not that it is an handguard. So I don't get it.
I mean, personally. I think it's cool. Not for $500, but
yeah, that's another thing. It's like, whoa, why though? And it doesn't make it look close enough for me to want to spend 5. If it was fucking like it had, I don't know, if it was more than just the handguard and the sight, which is I always feel kind of mean because then I'm like, oh, somebody like spent a lot of time designing this and doing stuff with it, but it still looks bad, and people should be allowed. You should be allowed to tell somebody that tried really hard on a thing it's bad, because then they will never know how to get better. But it still sucks because it's unpleasant, and because then I feel like people get like disheartened, and it's like, oh, I suck at this. It's like, yeah, you do, but if you keep trying, you won't.
Yeah, you do. Conversation
you do.
over.
You're really, really bad at this. This is why I can't have friends, Kevin. They don't understand. Like, I can't keep you around all the time to, like, translate my Bryce thoughts. It's not practical. It might be also a little off-putting.
Maybe we can make an AI that's like, you're like, I don't like this. This is very bad. You're a horrible person. And you hold up your phone and it's like, translate. He means to say that you can get better at this. And if you really try hard, you might like it someday. Have a great day. I love you. Like, wait, I love you. Like, yeah, I just put I love yous in there just because.
Actually, it would just have to it would have to talk for me because I just wouldn't say anything.
Well, no, you'd have to
be so annoyed.
You'd have to say something. Ooh, it can be like a grunt to voice.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I don't like it, like I don't. People that don't know me think I don't talk a lot, which I think is hilarious. I've always thought that was really funny. I've heard that a bunch of places, and people are like, "You don't talk a lot, do you?" I always tell Hannah that, and we laugh. I'm like, "No, I just don't talk to people. Like you, I don't talk to you."
Well, Buck officially announces its 15-round mags.
We've actually talked about this, I think, in an episode.
Really, I'm just scrolling the blog at this point.
I'm almost certain we actually talked about that.
I believe
so.
You.
Supposedly that you can buy them right now too.
Yeah,
and believe it or not, I haven't bought any.
Wow,
I know.
Wait, don't they fit the 48 too? Yeah, and you haven't bought any? Like not even one? That's weird. Well, you like to buy in 10s. Anyway.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just I'm not using that gun. And I don't...
You could.
Have a reason to.
You have one now.
I carried it when it was 10 rounds. Capacity wasn't really the biggest problem.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting
I carry a 10-round gun now.
Yeah, but you could also use your 10-round gun to clubber someone to death.
That is true. I will grant you that. It is an chunk.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't use it as a hammer, like an impromptu hammer.
Take that. Gun Mag Warehouse. Let's see if Gun Mag Warehouse has some of these Glock 48 mags.
I bet you they're stupid expensive.
I think they're just like $30. I think they're supposed to be cheaper than the aftermarket nubbins. We shall see. I don't imagine they'll actually be in stock for any length of time.
The Glock factory store has them, and they're $31.99.
Oh, I was close.
And you have to pre-order them.
That's the Glock store. That's not actually Glock.
I know, it's Lenny that he really loves Glock, and he has a whole store devoted to it. I know.
Oh, yeah, so Gun Mag Warehouse, I mean, they're out of stock, but they have them for $29.99.
Wow, you should get a couple if they come back in stock. Meanwhile, Shield Arms over here is trying to hawk $42 mags.
That company's done. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny if you think about it. Like, Glock for years was just like, we don't give a shit. and then a company like comes up with a solution that people really like, and somebody at Glock's like, I do
But
not
they
like
couldn't get it
this.
to work. They couldn't get it to work for too long. And then other people tried to do the same thing. We had people trying to get like Sig mags to work in 48s. And then it's funny because it looks like Glock was just like watching the whole time, seeing what people are doing. And then
Yeah.
Mechgar dropped their mag body design where you don't have to replace, because Glock is absolutely going to do the thing that makes it so they don't have to replace anything on the production guns.
Right.
Like the cheapest thing and the most rational Austrian decision possible is this thing that I don't have to retrofit. I can just offer as a, like, whatever mag design or mag catch design you want, you're not going to have a problem.
Yep.
So they saw that, and they saw the need and the want for double stacks, and they just fucking put them together and then immediately price gouged everybody else, which is very Glock.
Yeah.
It is very quintessentially Glock. Because, like, with the new Gen 6s, for a while now, we've been getting guns that are grippy enough that you don't really need to do much in terms of aftermarket custom.
Oh
like,
yeah, I didn't even think about
grip
it. Like
texturiness.
yeah, like the stippling and the texturing and the grip tape, and wow, that's actually a massive conspiracy now that I'm thinking about it. Like they're trying to just like they see what everyone else has been doing in the market, aftermarket, and they're just like, we can make one that's better. They don't have to do that.
I mean, let everybody else do the market research and then just do it better. That's kind of like what Magpul does, to be honest.
Yeah, but not everybody has like, enough money to meet God twice.
Yeah, that's why Glock is really good at it, because they do. So, like, and then I reap the benefits here. As the consumer, I'm winning. I'm staying winning like Charlie Sheen. By winning, if you will.
Yeah, but I just want a California compliant CV gun.
What?
The CVs.
What is it? Anecdotally, I got to play anecdotally, I got the opportunity to play with one of the HK CC9s, and I hated it. I don't get it. It's a slimline subcompact with a really weird trigger. Like the VP9 has a weird trigger too. I haven't tried the VP9CC or whatever the hell it's called. But
well, I was gonna say, I think that's why they made the VP9CC, because they realized that their CCW was.
Well, they didn't make that. That was US HK. The CC9 is US. The VP9 is German.
Right, the VP9CC, right?
Yes. The one that just came out is German. That's imported. The CC9 is not. So if you think of HK USA and HK proper, that is effectively the same relationship as HK, or as B&T AG and B&T USA. It's effectively an importer that also makes their own stuff, sort of. So the CC9 was a US-made gun, and the VP9 was... So, yeah, it's all kinds of fun. The firearms market's really fun. It's like layers of... It's like, well, it's an HK. It's like, what kind of HK? It's like, I don't know. Maybe not that one.
I mean, it's always interesting to see how often they try to reinvent the wheel.
Well, I mean, part of it, you need to be relevant for when these contracts come around and see if you can throw as many buzzword features into these guns as possible. It's like, it needs to be polymer, double stack, striker fired, optics ready.
Optics installed.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays, you're right.
That'll be the new one. There'll be optics installed.
Even ironically, Glock has both done it the best and worst, the optics. Because I think theoretically, I just really like the design of, or the dovetail for the Koa, especially in terms of, like, if you think of an armorer, or somebody that has to see a shitload of these, just that wedged in kind of the locking, the design for the Koa, the footprint, I love that. I quite like the design. I think it's different. I think it's interesting. I think it makes it so that you can mass produce these and you don't have to necessarily worry about as small of delicate hardware. I mean, I think there's fair bit of positives. I also think the optic, the Koa itself, is interesting. I'm pretty sure it has a similar window to a P2, but it has a more slimline body. So that's kind of neat, I guess. I think it looks kind of goofy, but, it's hopefully it works better, or it is of maybe better build quality than the P2 or the fuck was it called? Aim Point. I think it's a P2. I don't remember. The Acro. But I had one. I wasn't thrilled with mine. I had dancing particulate on the inside of my window, which didn't affect the red dot. It just felt not it didn't feel like aim point quality, and I was too lazy to send it back, so I just traded it. So I'm sure they would have made it right, but the P2 or the Acro doesn't seem to. It has more of a mixed track record lately, so I don't know. The Koa looks interesting to me for sure. But yeah, so
speaking of sending stuff in, the word back on your SRO.
Oh, we can take a look. Right meow. I'll pull up.
Meow.
I gotta pull my phone up here. So I know they have it. I got confirmation that Trijicon has my optic. I haven't gotten any. No. We've received your product. What to expect next? Your product will be inspected by one of our Trijicon service technicians. We will contact you shortly on the outcome of your diagnosis. So I guess they're actually on it then. Although, to be fair, that was that was the 22nd. It is now the 5th, so we're working on 2 weeks. God bless you, Trijicon. It is like a giant military contractor, so to be fair,
I mean, when I sent my holos on it, it took
it's
a
fine.
long time. It took so long I forgot about it.
See, I thought you said it didn't take very long at all. I didn't know that. Okay.
I was kind of like, eh. But then again, all I did was strip screws out of the battery plate, so they just tapped and dyed them out and put it in a nice clean box and gave it back to you. Dude, you'll get a nice clean box. That'll be nice.
That'd be cool. It'd be cool if I send in a really clapped out SRO and get back a new one.
You might.
And then it is going to be kind of funny because I'm going to get that SRO, and then it's immediately going to go on a Glock 34. I'm never going to shoot. It's criminal. I don't know what else to do with it.
I mean, there's a good chance for the excuse me, for them it's cheaper just to send you a new SRO than it is to lose that quote unquote customer.
Well, it needs new glass, so even if it just gets new glass, if they repair the circuitry and give me new glass, I'm happy. Because I like the SROs. I know people don't like them, but I like them. I like the window shape. The clarity doesn't bother me as much. Kevin, as Kevin well knows, I shoot occluded most of the time, unless I'm shooting anywhere past 25, which I don't get to do very often. So most of my shooting is occluded because I'm not very good about
where
my eyes focus.
Come closer. Closer? Closer? Okay, thank you.
Hey, I don't recommend you carry a gun with an occluded red dot. But I also think that if you forget, you'll probably be okay. Generally. That is not carry handle advice. Do not take that as legal advice. But yeah, I mean, it's probably fine. Just in terms of the divergence your eyes would actually experience at 50 yards. I'll have to look. Actually, you know what? You're prompting me to be more curious than I would have otherwise have been, because I feel like I've seen, or I've researched this before, and from what I recall, it's not very much. But now I'm curious. Wonder what it would be, because I have zeroed. I've shot groups occluded and not occluded, just to see if there was a shift, and I didn't see one at anywhere like in approaching like 25 to 30 yards. I didn't see one. Granted, I barely can shoot anything better than 3-inch circle at 25 yards.
What is remind me? What's the benefit of occlusion versus non?
The idea is that it stops your eye from looking through the red dot, so it forces you to consciously use your off eye to focus. And so you basically just superimpose it. It basically just, it doesn't change what you end up seeing. It just makes it easier for you to stay target focused instead of focusing on the red dot. So if you literally just put a piece of tape over the front of your optic or whatever, and it just kind of blacks it out or occludes, it makes it way easier, at least for me, when I'm just watching the target and the optic or the red dot ends up like in my field of view. I'm like, okay, there it is. I go bang, and I just kind of wait on the red dot, and it's easier for me to call my shots. It's easier. I can tell when I start getting dot focused, like my impacts start like stringing, like a seatbelt kind of thing.
And then
it's like
not occluded is good for distance. Then
it's so occluded is just a training tool. Like I dry fire occluded, I shoot a lot occluded. But if I was competing, I probably would still shoot occluded. Probably. I mean, just because I still want to be. Oh, also another benefit of shooting occluded is you can run your dot brightness like all the way down. So it takes all of that away.
You know what would be really interesting? I'm looking at my Chinesium webcam, and it has the shutter behind the lens. So when I close the shutter, it just closes the shutter. What if they had that type of technology in a dot that you could just like push a little thing down, and it was just occluded. And then if you wanted to unocclude it, you just pop it up.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, tape's cool too, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like mass production red dots, not. I mean, yeah, tape solves all the problems all the time.
I think you're adding a lot of components that tape just solves. It's kind of like the U.S. spending however much money on the pen that writes in space versus a pencil.
Well, it would be drawing people to the optics brand is kind of like over.
I think in terms of the marketing, the way of looking at that as a marketer, it looks like a lot more bullshit. I'm going to have to explain why there's a shield that goes up in front of your optic. I just think it's so much more of a pain in the ass than what it's worth. But yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, well, that's an honest opinion.
Yeah, I mean, now what I will say is a nicer optic makes me slightly less prone to be dot focused, because if I'm aware of the optic less, I don't look at it or want to be focused on it. So like a big window with a small body or a thin body kind of disappears. Kind of like if you imagine like your big dumb brain is like your eye with it behind a PBS 14 and an EOTech. Like you just kind of want to see a vague little fuzzy dot, or you want to see a red dot go bouncing on a target, right? That's all you care about.
I mean, you have like a natural blind spot in your vision.
In terms of what?
Well, in terms of if you're holding the optic, can't you like focus around it so it slowly disappears?
That is that is what occluding is.
I mean, like without occluded.
You're saying,
or is it just harder?
Focus.
Like, it is harder in your eyes.
What are you saying?
Well, can you can you just forget about the housing and the dot naturally, or is it harder in
Yeah.
your brain and eyes?
No. No, it's not. It's just like a red dot with like really heavy blue tint and like a yellowish dot, like the early RMRs or some of like the Meprolite sites. The really heinously cartoony red dot styles, you can absolutely shoot well with. They're just slightly more distracting with all the hues and the big optic bodies and the small windows and shit like that. It just bigger windows and smaller or thinner bodies or more efficiently sized bodies make it so that you don't focus on them as much, so that you're more target focused. Now, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I shoot occluded anyway, so I don't really care. Like even my 509 on my MMP, that's occluded. But I also shoot that, so actually the duct tape on it from occluding it got really gooey. And so now, like, I have to use an adhesive or I have to use a solvent because it's effectively a homogeneous unit now. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I like occluding. It makes it a lot easier for me to shoot well-ish. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. I dry fire occluded. I mean, it's a great way. I like especially the 406 that I have now, the 406 comp that I have now, is a 6 MOA dot, but it has a really nice emitter, so it's a really crisp dot. And what's nice about occluding is if you don't have a nice emitter and you have a lower quality dot, you can just turn the brightness all the way down, occlude it, and it's not a problem. That's actually, so at work, we have a early example of one of the Vortex Defenders enclosed, the ST Defender enclosed. And those were hilariously bad on launch because they were like completely blue and magnified fisheye, like it's fucking crazy. Especially it had a ring, it had multiple reticle options, and then like it had like a circle dot, but the circle was too small. It was very bizarre. And we have one of those, and I tried it out, and I was like, oh my fucking God, is this terrible? Like, unoccluded, just raw dogging it. Terrible. I tried very hard to shoot that gun with that dot. It was fucking terrible, and I hated it. Now, I still shoot that dot quite frequently. It's on a 5-inch Prodigy I quite like. Can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe I'm admitting that, but it's true.
Wow.
It's easy to like something you don't own but can shoot. I will admit that. But it completely transformed the dot by taking away the ring, just turning the emitter all the way, like just like 3 clicks up so you could barely just see the dot in daylight, the indoor settings, and just put a piece of tape over the front. And now it is the best. It is as good as any other red dot. Now you still need, or you don't need, but it helps to have still having a big, it still helps to have a big optic window.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if you lose your reticle outside the optic body and it comes back. So like if it comes out of your field of view and it blips back, that's fine. Like, but it is less distracting for me in practice or training or dry fire to have a big window because it's easier and I can get it in my field of view just a little bit quicker. It also can help make up for deficiencies in me being bad at shooting, which I am.
You're not that bad at shooting. You're probably better than you think you are.
Well, thank you. But either way, it bigger windows make it easier to suck and kind of give you a little bit more room, a little bit more fuck up room. So, do you need them? Absolutely not. I cut my teeth on a 509, so I'm not a snob, by the way. I'm not saying you have to have these things. I still carry that first gen 509, which was worse, by the way. That 509 is considerably worse than the ST.
Here I am trying to muddle my way through this RMSC dot.
Yeah, I still want an ST. I'm gonna get a new ST probably in the next month, maybe next week. Maybe I'll get one next week.
Wow.
Because I think I want to rip that 406 off of my operator and then put the ST on there, play with that for a while, and put the 406. I don't know what I put the 406 on.
Glock.
No, because I'm just going to put, well, I guess until I get the SRO back. So I kind of ran into that with some other stuff. I have more optics than I have. Mostly because it's kind of easy for me to hot swap optics because I can play with them and try them out for a bit.
Yeah.
And then get sick of them. Huh. I have a lot of projects I got to finish. I always think about that. I look around and I'm like, oh no. Because I was telling Hannah I want to buy a MP5K PDW. And she was like,
well, you want
bro,
MP5K? I thought you wanted the
PDW,
MP5.
not. No, I do. But I specifically want the PDW.
Oh, in the stock?
The chote stock, yeah. I love a chote stock.
You know what?
My grandfather had the only reason I want this is because my grandfather had an old HK like poster, like advertisement post, like gun store poster with dudes in balaclavas and MP5K PDWs with the chote folding stocks, and then like aviators. I always thought that was the coolest shit.
Nice.
I don't even really like the MP5K very much, as Kevin knows, but I do want one of those.
Wild.
I will admit that.
Well, maybe on the next.
I'm a slave to my I don't know, nostalgia. Tune in next time to see if Bryce ends up buying
stuff.
Should I just buy an MP5K?
Nope, you should not. Not live anyway.
Oh. Should I buy an MP5K?
I'm not condoning this live. Hannah, if you're listening to the very end of this, I did not condone this. In fact, I'm advising actively against it. Bryce, you can squint all you want. It's not going to change my position on this.
I don't know. I think I might need this. My priorities might be changing. Maybe I don't get a 2K11. Maybe I get an MP5K. I have a child. I have an actual child. God damn it. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Man, these are cheap. They're only like $190. The folding stock.
No.
They still make it. It's still, and now it's accessible. Oh no.
Well, tune in next week or next time, and maybe Bryce has already bought the stock in a mag.
It'll just like I turn or I hit record and then like the intro ends and it's just my wife beating me over the head with a gun. It's like, God damn it. Stop changing your mind.
I do still want an MAC MP5 just because they have the line out now.
Don't they have an MP5K?
Yeah, they do. But the guard's not going to go on that. The light guard that you single-handedly changed.
It is Scout compatible, by the way.
I know. That's why I said you single-handedly changed it.
They had a poll. Go out. It wasn't just
me. But you initiated that poll.
Well,
you
maybe
did a little smile.
We can hope. Do I just get the full-size MP5?
I don't know.
Because I want a full-size MP5 just for the handguard. But I have no intent on suppressing an MP5. If I was going to suppress an MP5, I would get an MP5 SD. Because I don't want to have to change rollers. That's it. Which, I mean, from what I understand, it isn't that sensitive, but me. I just want all three. I want an excuse to have all three of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we all do. We all do.
No, I will absolutely. You know what? Maybe I get MP5s this year. Maybe that's what Bryce does.
Well, you
I can't promise that I'd get all three, though.
You better start.
That might be a big ask.
Start with a 22, or your wife will beat you.
Dude, for real. I know. You're right.
Why don't you
alright.
start with trying to fix that? That would be really cool. Getting that back working.
Yeah. It's before I get my head bit off. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Thank you for giving us your time of day and letting us talk to you about utter nonsense that we enjoy talking about, because we do genuinely like doing this. This is pretty cool for us. Also, happy Friday, payday, as Kevin likes to say. I
Well,
always
it's
kind of
payday
forget about that.
Payday for some, payday. Well, when you're salary, you just don't notice anymore.
That is not true. I just forget when
Mr.
normal pay periods are.
Mr. Salary. I went to Walmart
Mr.
today
Salary.
and I took a picture, and I figured the joke wasn't going to land very well with Hannah, so I'll tell you the joke. I took a picture of Walmart, like me walking into the Walmart. I was about to tell her, "Yep, this is where us hourly non-exempt people have to shop. We don't shop at Target like salaried employees."
Hannah's hourly.
Salaried.
But she isn't. She's not salaried.
I can almost bet you $1 she is.
I would win that. Guaranteed. I actually know these things very well. We are intimately aware of each other's financial situation. I know what she does. I know who she works with because she likes to tell me. And she also likes to complain about her pay structure sometimes. So, we can make that bet. I will make that bet.
Yeah, but I've worked for the state of Florida. I know their pay structure.
Yeah, but she doesn't work for the state. I mean, she works for what was it? I'm not going to dox my wife. I just realized.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, what am I doing here?
All right, we better end this before we dox anybody.
Oh my God, I was like, I'm just talking, and then I'm like, wait a second.
No,
what am I doing?
I wouldn't have let you. I would have interrupted you immediately.
Hey, I caught myself. I'm very proud of that. So now I don't have to edit. Yay.
Hooray.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We really do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, the call to action things that people do. The call to action. Yeah, do that.
More firesides.
Calling
more
you
firesides.
To action. That's my mom. She likes our firesides a lot, which I thought was really cool.
Burn down the Capitol. More firesides.
She also says hi. She's watching my son while I go on a work trip. And she is here and said hello. And I was to pass that along to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, all right. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Like I said, maybe we're famous for having 10 outros. What do you think? We say goodbye like 50 times.
How many outros do we have?
Bye.
All right.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Very cool. You should like and subscribe.
On Facebook and Instagram.
And Twitter and Spotify. You should listen there too. If you
aren't they
heard
listening
this on Spotify.
to this on Spotify right now?
Well, they could be, but there's also YouTube podcasts. So, all of the places.
We always forget where we post this stuff.
We don't know where this is. Thank you for listening wherever you're listening to, but you should also like the other places that we are. And
Who are we and what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't know how we got here. So thank you for letting us talk directly into your ear holes.
Right to the brain.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Adios.